Warren Buffett is stepping down as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway. So here is our living eulogy to Warren.
Warren Buffett's secret to financial success and a 5,000,000% return.
True story.
It actually has nothing to do with stocks and has everything to do with culture.
Now, Yetis, funny thing, but over the weekend, we did a video and we dropped it on Instagram.
New York City restaurant influencer does the Berkshire Hathaway shareholder conference.
Come with me as we review the hottest new shareholder event in the history of finance.
That video caused a minor stir on our socials.
But then something else caused a major stir in the news industry.
Warren Buffett's retirement announcement at that shareholder conference was a huge deal.
That's right. After 60 years, Warren Buffett will retire to become chairman of his investment firm on January 1st, 2026.
A man named Greg Abel will take over as CEO. We actually did an episode on him 1 year ago.
We did.
So there's a link in the show notes if you want to hear that episode and hear our profile of Greg Abel.
But Yeti's Berkshire stock, it fell 4% because shareholders are sad that the legendary Warren is leaving.
But Nick, imagine if Warren Buffett, who's 94 years old, had died while still being the CEO.
I don't even want to picture that, Jack.
So this announcement ensures a smooth succession from this wise old man to someone younger.
In fact, he got a standing ovation, and honestly, Warren's response tells you what kind of a guy he is.
Here's how he responded to the standing ovation he got after announcing his retirement.
The enthusiasm shown by that response can be interpreted in two ways, but I'll take it as a problem.
In fact, Yetis, people in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska love Warren so much, they don't list their homes in U.S. dollars. They list them in the number of Berkshire Hathaway shares.
I know. Now, here's a reminder about what Berkshire Hathaway does. First, they buy entire companies outright, like they've bought Geico and Dairy Queen in the past.
Or they buy stock of companies who they can't buy outright, like shares of Amex, Apple, or Coca-Cola.
And under Warren Buffett's leadership, Berkshire has picked the right companies. They've picked the right stocks, and they've done it for 60 years.
Get this, Warren Buffett has only lost money in 11 of those 60 years.
This year, the stock market overall is down, but stock in Berkshire Hathaway is up by 20%. This might be his best year yet.
In fact, Berkshire Hathaway stock has risen 5.5 million% from 1964 to 2024.
Mathematically, I don't even know what that means.
Mathematically, we've never even said the number 5.5 million% before, Jack.
Here's how he got there. The average annual gain of Berkshire Hathaway stock is 19.9% for 60 years.
Which happens to be twice the rate of the S&P 500 over that same period.
And if you're wondering when to sell the stock that you recently got a nice gain on,
well, Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway would tell you to hold it forever.
That's right. Their quote is, "Our favorite holding period is forever."
And what's the reason for that, Jack?
They describe long-term compounding of gains as like a snowball rolling down a hill. It gets bigger and bigger.
What that means is, as a stock gives off dividends, you could just take that cash and spend it, or you could reinvest it in that same dividend-driving stock.
Berkshire reinvests.
Now, Yetis, finance professors, they always say, hey, you can't beat the market, you shouldn't even try.
And yet Warren Buffett has beat the market consistently for 60 years.
5.5 million% return? We've never seen anything like it.
The result? Berkshire is now worth $1 trillion. The only non-tech company ever to hit that high, besides Saudi Arabia's state-owned oil company.
So we know what you're thinking, besties. How the heck did Warren Buffett pull it off? And the answer is our takeaway. So, Jack, what's the takeaway for our Omaha buddy over at Berkshire Hathaway and everyone investing right now?
Where culture leads, money follows.
Yetis, when Jack and I started working at Robinhood, after we sold our first startup to Robinhood, the compliance officer named LaSalle Vaughn showed us this cool video.
It's Warren Buffett testifying to Congress in 1990. He was saying how he would clean up Salomon Brothers, the Wall Street firm that had recently been in a scandal.
But I also have asked every Salomon employee to be his or her own compliance officer. After they first obey all rules, I then want employees to ask themselves whether they are willing to have any contemplated act appear the next day on the front page of their local paper, to be read by their spouses, children, and friends, with the reporting done by an informed and critical reporter. If they follow this test, they need not fear my other message to them.
Yet thousands of men and women in finance try to pick stocks just like Warren Buffett, but nobody ever has.
That clip shows why. It shows his commitment to a culture of integrity, and it was unmatched.
So besties, the secret sauce to Warren Buffett's success, it's not stock picking prowess, it's cultural prowess.